Gail's Kitchen. Today we're making a creamsicle pie. This is a no-bake pie with only a handful of ingredients. It comes together in no time at all. Once we mix it, we refrigerate it for 3 hours and our pie is ready. I am going to make my graham cracker crust from scratch, so that will require a few minutes of bake time. We're going to start out making a graham cracker crust, and this is for a 10-inch pie. You want 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, 1/4 cup of sugar, and 6 tablespoons of melted butter. I always give this a toss and then let it sit for about 5 minutes so that the crumbs and the sugar soak up that butter. I have a piece. I get a little frustrated with manufacturers these days because everything I buy is smaller and smaller and smaller. I'm having to measure my crumbs after I crush them because I no longer know what 8 or 9 or 10 graham crackers yields in terms of cups because they just keep getting smaller and smaller. And I start by leveling that out in the middle. This little bowl that I use has just worked so well for me, but you can certainly use a measuring cup. Just go around turning your dish and mashing that bottom. Not very hard, just mash it in there. It pushes the crumbs up the side, so about 3 turns. I just prefer making my own crust, and I make a lot of these crusts. And you know, you can use any kind of cookie you like. That's one of the things I like about making my own. That's your basic crust. But I love for my crust to be pretty even on the top. So I go around using my thumb as a guide, pressing that in. So you see what I'm doing here. Pushing that into that corner. Okay, I'm happy with this. This is going in a 350-degree oven for about 8 minutes. And being a lover of pies and making a lot of pies, one tip I can give you is it's so much easier to place your pie or your pie crust on a baking sheet and transfer it in and out of the oven, because then you don't run the risk of trying to grab this with an oven mitt and messing up your beautiful work on the crust. While our crust cools, let's mix up our pie filling. We start out with 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. This pie is just so easy. I love making this pie. And we add 6 ounces of orange juice concentrate that has been thawed. And we add 1 teaspoon of orange zest. Mix this with your hand mixer on medium speed for a couple minutes. I love this pie. Reminds me of the creamsicles from childhood. I don't even know if they're available anymore, but we're making one today. Now that looks good. You want to make sure there are no big pieces of cream cheese in there. That looks perfect. And now we fold in 1 cup of non-dairy whipped topping that's been thawed. Fold that. This is such a wonderful pie to serve on those warm summer evenings. That's pretty smooth. Pour this into our crust, our cooled crust. All of that goodness. Our pie goes in the refrigerator for a minimum of 3 hours and can stay in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. We're going to garnish this with some whipped topping and some additional orange zest, and it is so yummy. Enjoy.